Good evening, Knox County. I'm Snow Beetle, and you're not. Welcome back to Project Zomboid, New Players Survival Guide Edition. Today with First Aid. Your life may depend on it. That's right, I'll be streaming Project Zomboid every day until Build 42 comes out. Welcoming to the stream, Michelle. Welcome, and Erica. Erica says, think I'll be finding this live stream useful. Well, I certainly hope so. Like most things in Project Zomboid, I do not know everything, but I do know a good amount, so hopefully it will be helpful. Let's get this loaded in. So, when I last time I was on this 2 days ago, I knew First Aid was next, and at first I thought, geez, grinding First Aid isn't very realistic unless you're going to cheese it, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it makes for a boring live stream, so I didn't want to do that. And then earlier today I was thinking, I can just explain First Aid. I mean, I can tell you everything you need to know, or at least enough to keep you alive in the apocalypse. However, explaining is not the same as doing and seeing. So then, just before I set up my stream, or I should say while I was setting up my stream, I decided to myself, you can do better than that, Snow Beetle. So we're just going to give ourselves injuries. That's right. I'm going to hurt myself on purpose today. In Zomboid. Of course, virtually. But we're going to give ourselves some injuries in the game, and I'm going to show you how to treat them. Also welcoming Green Spider. Welcome. And Erica says, hell yeah. And they're not going to be easy, harmless injuries. They're going to be some of the worst injuries in the game. So we're not going to go crazy though. But you'll see what I mean. So let's jump right in. This is really the best way to show it. Hopefully I have all the supplies I need, but we got to talk about that anyway. So if I don't have supplies, we'll have to show where you can get them. Let's put this axe away. Safety first. And we'll eat in a minute. It's actually 8:30, so we'll have to sleep soon as well. So first, let's go over the health window. Make sure it was First Aid I was supposed to be working on. Oh, farming was supposed to be next. Oh, we did farming. Oh, that's right. I don't have any XP yet because we haven't harvested anything. So First Aid it is. So, of course, when you click on the heart, you get your overall body status okay. This is your health meter. I want to say obviously, but if you're new, it may not be obvious because I actually watched a streamer playing Zomboid for the first time the other day, and I tried to tell him in the chat, but he was slowly dying, or I should say quickly dying, because his health bar was going down and he didn't even see it. So if you're not looking for it because you don't know about it, it could cost you. So this is your health bar. And if it's dropping down, that means your body's having problems and you've got to get it fixed or you're going to die. That said, we'll go over a little more in this tab. I mean, this whole thing isn't health, but it's your overall character's condition. Of course, you know the info tab shows your occupation, all your traits. We've clicked on training materials a couple times, hairstyle, all that. It also shows your survival time if you're wearing a digital watch with the date. Skills, of course, we know this. Health tab, protection. This is the all the areas of your body and how they're protected by your clothing or anything that you're wearing. And then your temperature. This is actually important for First Aid too, because especially if you're in vanilla, it pretty much tells you how, if you've been bitten, how your Nox infection is coming along. If you're getting a fever, it'll show you how hot the body is, even though you'll get the fever moodle as well. You can click on skin temperature. Everything's pretty much average. Body response, I'm actually not too clear on this one, although it shows core temperature and body heat generation. I don't know much about this one, but I'm guessing it has to do with illness and or infection. And then insulation, so if you're overheated or something, you can say, hey, what am I wearing that's making me so hot? The warmest thing we're wearing right now is gloves, so But if we had like maybe our chest was all red and the torso was red, you'd say, okay, the sweater I'm wearing or whatever, bulletproof vest, is making you overheated. So if you're sweating and you need to cool off, you might want to start removing the clothes that are making you hot. And vice versa. If you're freezing, you want all this to be red if you can get it red to keep yourself warm. So that's just a quick overview of the health tab. But if you have any questions about that too, feel free to jump in with a question and I'll back up and answer it for you. So, and we'll see it in here when we do the injuries, but if you have an injury, this chart of the body is to show you where it is on the body. And then on the right here, you'll have a list of the injuries and what they are to give you an idea of how serious they are and what you need to do to correct them. So as far as supplies, I should be carrying some of them already because I try to be prepared. Of course, looking at my inventory now, I see I've already broken one of my regular rules. I suppose technically I have one ripped sheet in here, but I try to keep at least 2 ripped sheets, bandages, something in your main inventory. And the reason you want them in your main and not in your backpack, and don't get me wrong, you can have bandages in your backpack also, but you want to have at least 2 in your main inventory. And the reason is, get rid of this ripped sheet since we have bandages here, is when you click on it, let's say you're injured, you click on this to see where the injury is. And let's say you see it's a neck injury, a neck wound, and you're bleeding. Neck injuries are the most dangerous. You can bleed out in a matter of seconds. So let's say you open it up, you see, oh, it's a neck injury. You're going to want to right-click on it immediately, choose bandage. The character will bandage the wound. But here's the problem. If you only have bandages in your backpack, first your character has to reach into their backpack, take the bandages out, then they can start bandaging. It's only 1 or 2 seconds difference, but if you're bleeding out from a neck injury, especially if you didn't click on the heart right away, maybe you were running away, finally got somewhere safe, you click on it and now your health is like 25% left. Those 1 or 2 seconds of your character, especially if they don't have dexterous or if they have all thumbs, the time it's going to take them to get those bandages out of your backpack can kill you. So I recommend always keeping at least 2 bandages in your main and any backup bandages in your backpack. Hey Admiral, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Feel free to jump in with any first aid wisdom. All help is welcome as usual. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to have to sleep soon too, is if I have first aid 1, we'll read it. And we do. I haven't read it yet, right? No. Now, some people will ignore reading first aid 1 because they don't even care about first aid or they're not concerned about it. A lot of people tend to think the first aid skill isn't that important because most of the time if you get injured, at least if you're a new player, chances are you're already in trouble, so you may die. Whether you're being swarmed by a horde, you can't get away and you get dragged down. So it may not feel as critical, but there are going to be times when you escape barely. Or even it's just a wound that can really ruin your gameplay, and you're going to need to address it. And the better your first aid skill, the better you patch yourself up. So 1, you can heal faster. 2, you can fight better or walk better. Yeah, really just those 2 things. So at first, when you have 0 first aid, you just do the best you can. But my point is, if we read first aid 1 first, then if you do get into an emergency, you have to patch yourself up. You're going to maximize XP so that in case it happens again, you'll have that much more experience and you'll be able to patch yourself up better next time. Now, you usually don't plan on gaining first aid XP unless you're using a mod or something. So you kind of just have to read it and hope you never need the knowledge. So read that real quick, or as quick as I can. Admiral says, if you get wounded and you open the health screen, you should read the list from the bottom up because the neck wound will usually be at the bottom of the list and should be dealt with first. I never noticed that. If that is the case, and I believe Admiral knows his stuff, then I would absolutely agree with that. So yeah, check the bottom of the list first in case the neck injury is there. You can look at the picture, but you're going to have to find it on the list anyway to treat it. Actually, I don't know if you can treat a wound from the image. I think you have to do it from the list, right? I've only done it on the list, but I wonder if it's like the car where you can click on the part of the body instead of the part of the car to heal. But yeah, if it's at the bottom of the list, it'd be cool to go right there and make sure you don't have a neck injury or patch it immediately. Thank you for that, Admiral. Put this back. Okay, so I always double check, make sure I read everything I wanted. First aid, we have the 3 times multiplier. We're good to learn about first aid. All right. Let me sleep, eat, get rid of all my noodles before we start this first aid quest because I want to be in the best shape possible before it happens. One more reason to take care of your noodles. So if something happens, you'll heal faster. Some of them might be superstitious on my part, but there are some noodles. For example, the hunger noodle. You need to keep it green if you want to heal quickly. If you just ignore it, you're hungry, it's going to take your wounds longer to heal. Encumbrance. I'm almost certain you don't want your body under stress like that when you're trying to heal. I also believe that it will slow the healing, although I'm not 100% on that. But really, any of these, I kind of treat them like I would in real life. You don't want to be tired and exhausted. You don't want to be hungry. You don't want to be agitated or over encumbered. And I mean, if you use there's a mod called Disinfect or Die to where infections can actually kill you. I know that you have to sit down and take it easy or you aggravate the injury, but I don't know how that is. I don't know that that's the case in vanilla. But you definitely want to keep your hunger noodle green, and just as a good general rule of health in the game, keep your noodles taken care of as much as you can. I know I tend to ignore them a lot, but sometimes I push the envelope trying to get things done, like we all do. Okay, so let's eat something. Still have a little bit of soup left. Yeah, we'll cook this up and split it up. Stand a little closer to the oven. We're going to have to make another couple batches of soup. We'll do a meal prep maybe on the next episode. All right. We'll also sterilize some bandages. We'll go through that because that's important. Where's that other cooking pot? Did I put it outside? I did. And it's even full, so we'll take that. And you can use the saucepan also. Either one will work. Let's put it on the stove for now. Oh! I didn't recognize the burning sound. Alright, so we'll turn this into 4 bowls of soup. Just so we can stretch it a little bit. It was 89, so that'll give us some good sized bowls. We'll eat one, drink. And we'll take another one. Wow, I guess I should have just ate the whole thing. All right. Full to bursting. We'll save the other one for the fridge. Let's have a cigarette, get rid of that moodle. There it goes, not smoking again. I don't know what that's about. Alright. Man, I stayed up all night reading, now it's morning. That's okay. Probably should have set an alarm, but that's alright. Come on, wake up. Alright. Okay, I'm sure most of you know you can rip up most clothing to get ripped sheets. Ripped clothing is an option. Can't do it with bras or underpants. You can do it with denim, but you need scissors, and you can also use denim and leather strips for bandages. I don't know if they're any better or worse than ripped sheets, but you can use them. So we'll just rip these up as an example. Actually, we'll do a few more. We'll do the skirt too. That gave us 8. Since I'm never going to wear these clothes anyway. Okay. I think you can do 10 at a time for disinfecting, so we're going to try that. And again, this is all basics, so gotta take you to the basics for the new players. Oh, we got some thread for ripping that up. A lot of random stuff in my inventory. Yeah, we'll put the axe away too. Alright, that got rid of the encumbrance. So, to sterilize rags and or bandages, put the cooking pot in the oven. And we'll turn it on. And then basically when you start to see this turning red, right now if we right click it doesn't say disinfect. But as soon as this starts to turn pink, the actual, like, I don't know what you call it, halo around the, or aura, or whatever, the highlight, it's kind of turning red. You can kind of see it's a deep red. Then if you right click, you have an option to disinfect bandage, because we have bandages in my inventory, or disinfect rags, which are the ripped sheets. So we'll do the rags first. I guess it'll do all 11. I don't know. I forget how much a full cooking pot does. Maybe it's 20? I thought it was 10, but maybe it's 20. But we'll just say all. And it takes a minute for it to happen. And you'll watch the water goes down as you're doing it. And the sheets change from ripped sheets to sterilized rags. Now again, I don't know this 100% for certain, because a lot of people say that there's 11. So the water would only take about half of it. So we'll right click and we'll go ahead and do the disinfect bandages also. And those are in the backpack, so she's going to pull them out. Now they're sterilized bandages as we disinfect them in the water. Alright, so we'll turn this off for now. But even though regular infections don't technically hurt you in the game, I'm pretty sure that you need to keep the wound disinfected or avoid infection in order for it to heal quickly. I think if it's infected, it slows down the healing process, so you want to keep it clean. As far as disinfecting, you can find alcohol wipes like I have here. You can also find bottles of disinfectant, which I don't have any on me. I don't think I grabbed it either. But it works basically the same as the alcohol wipes. And you can also use bourbon. Those are the three. I think cologne and perfume can be used with a mod, but I don't think that's vanilla. So alcohol wipes, disinfectant from a bottle, and then bourbon. So let's get some injuries. Gotta have some broken glass around here somewhere. I should make sure I have all the supplies first. I forgot about that. Okay, so I'll try to separate these so that it's clearer. Where can I put them? Is this for here? We'll use this container so you can see it a little more clearly. All right, this side. Okay, so suture needles, suture needle holder. The suture needle is what you can use to sew up a wound. It does not require thread. I'm going to put the thread in here though, because you can also find a regular sewing needle. If you combine a regular sewing needle with thread, you can use it to sew up a wound as well. And let me back up a second. So there are a few different types of wounds that you can get. The least dangerous wound is a scratch. Next would be laceration. Then a deep wound, which is basically what it says, a deep wound, so a very open cut that requires stitches. Or then a deep wound with something lodged in, like glass or a bullet. And then obviously the worst one is going to be a bite, because you're going to be turned into a zombie eventually. So with the bite, all you can really do is bandage it, keep it clean, and all that's going to do is extend the length of time it takes you to turn into a zombie. Why would you want to do that? Maybe you're playing multiplayer and you plan on respawning, but before you die, you want to get some stuff done before you have to create your new character. Maybe you're like, okay, this character's dead anyway. I'm going to go raid the police station real quick because I'm going to die anyway. Might as well do it with the character that's on their way out. So you may want to extend the time your dying character survives so that you can get the most done. You'll have the most time to get things done. That's really the main reason. Unless you're playing on a server that has mods, there's a possibility of finding a cure. You might want to extend the amount of time you live for that reason too. So other than that, can't do much about a bite. Even if they heal, you're still going to turn into a zombie. The next one down, a deep wound with something lodged in it, like glass or a bullet. First, you need to remove the bullet or the glass. To do that, you're going to need tweezers. Do I have tweezers? Not on me. I'll have to find some. You could. I don't know if it was a mod. I know you can remove stuff with the suture needle holder, but I think that's a mod. I'm almost certain you need tweezers to do it in vanilla. So let's also put, just so I remember to talk about it, I'll put painkillers in here. What else? Alcohol wipes. Okay, so after deep wound with something lodged in it, the next one will be just deep wound. It is possible to get cut with a deep wound and not have anything in it. In that case, it just needs to be stitched up. And then below that would be laceration, which just needs to be bandaged. It just bleeds a lot. And then below that is a scratch, which isn't too serious, but it still bleeds very slowly, so you want to get it patched up to stop bleeding, keep your health from falling, and also so it'll heal quicker. With all of these, you want to disinfect them, like I said, to get them to heal faster. Hey Abba, welcome to the stream. Saying hello to everybody. Welcome, welcome. So now let me see if I have some tweezers somewhere, because we're going to need those. And ideally, you want to collect all your medical supplies before there's an emergency. Just like real life, you want to be prepared. Because if you're not, you may suffer because you're not prepared. You might die. Or you may just not heal as quickly, and it'll be even harder to fight hordes and stuff like that because you're not in your best condition to do so. Hopefully I'm making sense. I feel like I'm rambling. Really hope we have tweezers somewhere, otherwise I'm going to have to go find some. Because I cannot do this without tweezers. And you'll see this a lot with streamers, to where they get injured and they're looking for medical supplies. And to me, that's the worst. You should have it before you get injured. Obviously, if it's the beginning, you're a brand new spawn, you know, there are exceptions. But for the most part, there's no reason not to be prepared. Oh, we need to talk about different kinds of bandages too. So I'll grab adhesive. All right. We're going to have to search some houses for tweezers. I guess I can search the one I'm in first. Just in case I miss them. Where's the bathroom down here? Nope. No cabinet. Learn to walk. No cabinet, or no tweezers. Well, while I'm thinking about it, adhesive bandages. Think of these as like Band-Aids. So they're not great. And if you go to the Project Zomboid wiki, it'll actually show you the effectiveness of every type of bandage. Adhesive bandages are pretty much just if you have nothing else. And the interesting thing, in my opinion, about them is if you use them, when they get dirty and you remove them, they disappear. So you can't like wash them, re-disinfect them, and use them like regular bandages or rip sheets. So they're very limited. So don't rely on adhesive bandages as your medical kit, because once you use them and they disappear, they're gone, and you won't have anything to re-bandage with. So keep that in mind. All right, we'll check some other houses. We need tweezers, so. And it's good we can practice this in the nice, secure street we have. Bathroom. No. Regular bandage, we'll grab that. So yeah, you have regular bandages, and then when we disinfected them in the boiling water, we got sterilized bandages. So basically, if you apply a sterilized bandage to a wound, it's the same as disinfecting it first and then putting a bandage on it. So if you don't have sterilized bandages, you just have regular bandage or adhesive bandage, you'd use the alcohol wipes, the disinfect the wound, and just put one of those on there. But if you just want to carry it with no disinfectant, anything sterilized, rags or bandages, you can use those instead. Of course, the bandages will actually help the wound heal faster than a rag would, but sometimes you just have to use what you have. Where's the bathroom? More bandages, we'll take those. Can't make it easy on me, huh? While we're looking for tweezers, other things about first aid I could think of is a lot of people, or I should say most of the time, most players aren't going to take the occupation nurse or doctor because it just doesn't really help you in combat. So it's understandable. But let's say you're going to be on a multiplayer server, maybe a roleplay server, or a server to where it would be helpful for everybody to have a different occupation. Being a doctor or a nurse can be huge. You can treat other players if they're injured, and because your skill is higher, they'll heal faster and they can fight better if you bandage them than if they did it themselves. And the way you would do that is you would right click on the character. You can't do it on ourselves because we just go over here, but if you right click on a different character or multiplayer, it gives you an option to do a medical check on them. And then you click on that and you have to tell them, ask them, don't move. I'm going to take a look at you. And then it brings up their chart basically, and you can treat their wounds just like you would your own. And if you're a nurse or a doctor, chances are your first aid skill is higher than theirs. And as long as you have the right supplies, you can patch them up pretty quick, and you can be the team medic, and you can be a hero and save people's lives in the game. Where the hell is the bathroom? Okay. Feel like drunk on life trying to find a pair of tweezers. Shouldn't be in here, but I'm going to check anyway. Sewing kit. All right, this is helpful. We'll drop this on the ground. So usually in sewing kits, you'll find a regular needle and thread. We'll take those because you can use them to stitch up a wound as well. We're going to do both. We're going to do suture needle and thread to demonstrate. Oh yeah, there'll be one upstairs too. So yeah, I forgot about that. Check laundry rooms for needle and thread if you can't find suture needles. And you can't only use a suture needle holder. To use a suture needle, you have to have the holder and the suture needle. And with the regular needle, you need the needle and thread. Antibiotics. They're basically useless in vanilla, but can be useful with mods that cause infection or make infections dangerous. So I'll take that to add to the list of medical supplies. Come on, I want tweezers. I don't want to have to jump the fence. It's 2 more houses. All right. Another laundry room. Just curious if it has needle and thread. This one didn't have it. We'll talk about dirty rags later. I'll have some. And just in case anyone's wondering, bleach cannot be used for disinfecting wounds. Cannot. No cabinet in here. And you'll notice there's stuff sitting on the counter. Always check that by clicking the floor tile inventory. I'll take the beta blockers. More adhesive bandages. As far as soap goes, I've heard it both ways. Being clean doesn't affect wounds, or being clean does affect wounds. I don't know which is true. Oh, we actually found our first aid kit. We'll take that. It just has alcohol wipes in it. Another sewing kit in the bathroom. And here's the tweezers we need. I'll take the sewing kit just for display purposes. Now we can go do what we need to do. Should have everything we need now. Now, I don't know if I have any broken windows yet, so we might have to break a window to get some glass for demonstration. So put these in here. Actually, we'll take. I'll show you the list, and then I'll take everything with me. All right, so we'll put this in here. Regular bandages, adhesive bandages, a needle, sewing kit, more thread, tweezers, sterilized rags, sterilized bandages, antibiotics. So this is kind of what a full med kit's going to look like. You don't necessarily need the adhesive bandages, but it gives you a little backup if you don't have a ton already. Basically what I'm saying is, let's say you just started and you're looking through cars, you're looting cars or something, you just spawned in. You have no medical supplies. If the first thing you find in a glove box is adhesive bandages or in a house, just grab them. And then if you find, ripped sheets, you can replace the adhesive bandages with those and then upgrade to bandages and then later upgrade to sterilized bandages, etc., etc. So keep what you have and then upgrade later. Admiral says, I'm not sure, but in multiplayer, when you do a medical check on another player and change the other player's bandages, the other player's health doesn't decrease like it normally does doing it alone. Really? I never noticed that. But if that's true, that's awesome. Especially for a neck injury, but we'll talk about neck injuries in more detail in a little bit because they're so deadly. So yeah. So when it comes to first aid kits, again, if you hover over like a first aid kit, you can see the icon in there showing there's alcohol wipes. That's how I knew they were in there. And then if you hover over the sewing kit, it shows a needle and thread icon, so you know those are in there. And of course, you can drop it to the ground. So you click on the inventory and take those out. Yeah, if you're gonna, you may want to keep alcohol wipes in your main inventory too. Again, so if you're gonna disinfect and bandage a wound in an emergency, you don't have to pull it out of your pack first. The first aid kit itself only holds 4 encumbrance. So let's see. Okay, so all of this is only 3. So it would fit in that kit. The only thing is, I don't recommend that unless you want to keep it in your car or somewhere in the house. You don't want to have everything in an extra box that you have to open to get stuff out, because in an emergency, it's just going to slow you down. But it's good to keep an extra first aid kit in your vehicle, either the trunk or the glove box. So if you get more injuries than you expected and your supplies that you have in your personal inventory won't cover it, or just so that you have more equipment to, you know, change bandages in the future, you'll have a full kit ready to go. So in this case, since I know how I'm going to be injured, I'm going to take an alcohol wipes. I'm going to take the tweezers. We're going to take 1 suture needle because I'm going to do one of those, and the suture needle holder, which we need to use the suture needle. We'll take the sterilized rags and the bandages, regular needle. And I'm never sure how much thread you need, so we're going to try a full spool. I think that's enough. And again, I'll show you as far as using the needle and thread versus suture needle and suture needle holder. Painkillers, we're not going to worry about antibiotics now. That should be good. Okay. Do I have a broken window? Probably not. I'll probably have to go to the next store and break one. At least I don't think there's any here. Alright, we'll just go break one next door. My battery dead? I don't have any batteries. That's alright, it's almost morning anyway. And something I probably have, we have glass right here. I was going to say something I haven't mentioned before. Now I can't remember. We'll break another one just because I want to demonstrate. Let's see this window. Let me get a battery real quick. Little review here. You can remove a car radio and get a battery from it. You can do it one time, so it helps in a pinch. And we'll equip a secondary. Right click to get the battery, and then we'll reinstall the radio. It'll still work like normal. Of course, the sun's really coming up now, but at least I have the battery now. If I get rid of this vine, I can see the window better. And what I couldn't remember was, I think if I hit the glass from this side, I think the glass falls inside the house. And if I break it from the inside, it falls outside the house. But I want to double check before I said one way or the other. Okay, so the glass fell inside the house. And of course, always remember to have a weapon in your hand when you do that, as well as while you right-click and do remove broken glass. And that's just clear the broken glass around the window, and then we can climb through safely. Oh, that one was, yeah, that's right. Okay, now, to pick up broken glass, not that we need to, but since I'm doing this anyway, I might as well show you. You're going to want to make sure you're wearing leather gloves, because if you don't, you can cut your hands. That's not the kind of wound I want today. But we have leather gloves on, no holes in them. So you can pick up broken glass like furniture. Use the pickup tool over here. Select that tile, it shows broken glass pickup. If you do this without gloves, you're almost certainly going to cut your hands and get glass lodged in your hands, so don't do it. Now we have broken glass in our pocket, even better. Admiral says, will your clothes get damaged? Clothes get damaged from what? Oh no, I'm not going to jump through the broken window. The reason I'm not going to do that is because I want like a more serious injury, so I can show show how the bandages and the sutures improve your mobility or whatever. What Admiral is talking about is if you climb through the window that has broken glass still in the frame, you can cut your hands usually. I don't know if it damages clothes, to be honest. But we'll do it in this driveway because I don't want to make a mess in my driveway. So we use the furniture place tool, put the glass on the ground. I want to make sure I don't have to fight right away. Hold on. Let me get rid of this guy real quick. I should get rid of my moodles too. Just because if he starts banging on the fence, then I'm going to have to take care of him. And I don't want to do that until I get everything stitched up. Actually, I can just stab him through the fence. What am I doing? So there's a couple of them out there. All right. They're going to start banging on it for sure now. Ooh, there's a couple of them out here. Yeah, that could have been bad. Fighting four zombies with major wounds. That's not good. Hey, took me a long time to build that. You're kind of a jerk. Anything good? We'll take that. M9 magazine, nice. I should probably go check the other gate too, now that I'm thinking about it. Take care of this clown. Alright. We'll check the north side too. I'll take the car, it'll be a little faster. Again, I prefer the pedestrian door because you don't open yourself up to as many attacks at once. Looks like we're okay. He's not going to come over here. All right. Okay, so we're going to be walking on broken glass today. We're going to take our, let's put this away first. Take our shoes and socks off. I'll just unequip them. Oh, and before I do this, I'll make sure I have everything in my main inventory so I can take care of it quickly. I can pause too, I suppose. Didn't get rid of my moodles, but that's alright. We'll take care of it after this. So we have the tweezers. We're going to need that. The thread, suture needle, I think all this stuff. Okay. Let's get some injuries. Let's bring this open so you can watch it happen. Usually just walking through once will do it, but... Alright, I'm going to pause it so we can look at this. Okay. So we look over on the right, we got our bleeding moodle. Strength and speed reduced. What that means is your attacks are going to be less effective. Your speed to move around is going to be less effective. In fact, our speed is going to be horrible right now. I'll demonstrate. See how slowly we're walking? This gets you killed. Okay? Alright, so pay attention to how slowly I'm walking because it's going to change when we stitch it up. Right now, we are really doing badly. So we'll pause it. If you look at our health window, overall body status, it only says slight damage. It's because we haven't lost much blood yet, but shows we're in agony. So if you look at our pain moodle, it is bright red. So not only does the bleeding reduce our strength and speed, the agony reduces speed and accuracy. So because we're in pain, we're going to miss a lot and or not do very much damage. In this case, it won't be a swing because we didn't injure our hands, we injured our feet. No, I'm thinking about it. I should be able to stomp. Let's see. And it won't let me do it because I'm not standing on anything. But I have a feeling if you try to stomp, your leg motion would be slower as well. Oh, and I just noticed left foot shows deep wound, bleeding, lodged glass shards. Right foot has multiple injuries, although we take care of them at the same time. Scratch, deep wound, bleeding, also lodged glass shards. So we're going to treat both of them, each of them differently. Not because of the scratch, but because I want to demonstrate needle and thread versus suture needle and suture needle holder. And you notice we've bled a little bit, but our health has only dropped slightly. It's because the foot wounds don't bleed very much, so we have time. Another thing to note, bandaging foot injuries and leg injuries can only be done while you're standing still, which is really important because let's say you get scratched on the arm or the hand, or even the head. I don't know if you can do the bandage the neck while you're walking, but I think you can. But for sure, the foot and the legs, you have to stop. And the reason this is a problem is if you're surrounded by zombies, stopping to bandage may not be an option. So if you hurt your foot or your leg, ideally you need to hobble to safety or get in a vehicle and drive away so that you can stop somewhere and bandage it in safety. Otherwise, you're just going to keep bleeding because you can't do it while you're moving. All right, so we're going to start by Mr. Syme. Oh, you forgot the first aid cheese. I'm glad you're here, actually, and welcome to the stream because I'm not 100% sure how to do that. I think I've done it once or twice, but I forget. But if I remember, the cheese Mr. Syme is talking about is you gain XP every time you bandage and unbandage the wound, or take a dirty rag off and rebandage it. But Mr. Syme can fill me in because I forgot exactly how to do it because I don't do it that often. But basically what he's saying is you can do this injury, the foot injury specifically, maybe the hands, over and over and over again to basically grind your first aid skill. If you're into that, have fun. But you don't have to. It just depends on how you want to acquire the skill, the first aid skill. So I'm going to start with the left foot. We'll do this one with needle, regular sewing needle and thread. And we'll use sterilized rags for this one. Actually, I have a regular bandage. Thought I did. There. Put those in the main. Oh, got on pause. All right. So now we're going to use needle and thread for the left foot and then alcohol wipes and a regular bandage because since a regular bandage isn't sterilized, we need to disinfect the wound with alcohol wipes. Mr. Symes says bandage with a dirty rag and take off and then use a clean one. And then you just do that over and over again. Okay, that makes sense. So that's a good way to grind first aid if you just want to have a higher first aid skill, so that you can treat wounds more effectively in the future. Mr. Symes says, "Yep." Okay, and before I do this, just a reminder: this is our moving speed right now. It is awful. Okay, we're gonna do the first one here. All right. So this is why it's important. First, we're going to right click and we're going to remove the glass. Okay, so it does say, can I pause this here or no? It does say for removing glass. I didn't even know you could use your hand. So tweezers to remove glass. Tweezers, suture needle holder, or hand. Now, if you do use the suture needle to suture the wound, the suture needle disappears, but you keep the holder, so you can reuse it. So technically, you don't have to have tweezers if you have the holder. I thought that was a mod thing, but apparently it's vanilla. So we could use either one. So since we're going to use needle and thread on this one, I'm going to go ahead and use tweezers to pull it. And it's my understanding the tweezers cause less pain to remove the shard or whatever's lodged in the wound than a suture needle, and definitely less pain than the hand. So I would say from least pain to most pain, tweezers, then suture needle holder, then hand. And I don't know if that has anything to do with taking longer to heal, but you have to control your pain too if you want to be effective in combat. So Mr. Symes says only takes over 1K of each. It takes 1,000 a bandage each. Bandages each. Yeah, that sounds terrible. That sounds like a Mr. Symes thing for sure. Very painful. So we're going to use tweezers to remove the glass shard. We're going to disinfect with alcohol. We could disinfect with bourbon because I happen to have some on me. But we'll use the alcohol wipes. And then we're going to bandage it with the regular bandage since we're using the wipes instead of using one of our sterilized bandages. All right. So right click, remove glass tweezers. And then we're going to disinfect with alcohol wipes. And we're losing health as we do this. Then we're going to right click and we're going to do stitch with needle and thread. That one's stitched. Now I'm going to pause it for a second. Let's look at how much thread that used because I'm curious. We had a full spool. It only went down by about, I don't know, 10% maybe. So it doesn't take much thread to use with a regular needle. So that left foot is stitched. Just the same like reloading. Mr. Symes says you only do it if you want to max all skills. I see. Makes sense. Okay. Now this next part, I've heard two schools of thought. Hopefully I get them in the correct order. I don't remember. I think it was Admiral Rex and a little girl that were disagreeing on it, and I don't know which one is accurate. And even Mr. Syme might be able to tell me. But some people will just stitch it, and that's it. And other people will stitch it and then bandage it. I don't know if bandages are necessary. I've had people tell me bandages cause infection with the stitches. That stuff I haven't researched enough. Usually I'll bandage it for a little while anyway. because unless I'm dealing with disinfect or dye, I'm not really worried about it getting infected. But the problem with disinfect or dye mod is if you have the wound stitched and bandaged, it won't tell you when it's infected unless you pull the bandage off. So in that case, I usually just leave it stitches because I want to be able to see if it gets infected, because it'll kill you if you don't know it. It lets you change it for more XP constantly, says Mr. Slime. Okay. All right. So left foot is done. Let's see if that's improved our walking at all. Probably not, because our right foot is still really messed up. Now, it looks about the same. So we're going to do the other one now. We're going to remove glass with the suture needle holder this time. And instead of disinfecting it, we're going to skip that, go straight to bandage, and use sterilized bandage. Oh, I forgot to stitch it up first. And we're going to use suture needle this time. And that one's stitched, but it still says scratched. Okay. Let's pause for a second. So this is actually the first time I've ever seen a foot with both a deep wound and a scratch. So 2 injuries on one appendage, that's a first for me. So in this case, we've stitched the deep wound, but we still have a scratch exposed. So we're definitely going to have to bandage it. So we'll do that now. And again, we'll use a sterilized bandage for that. Okay, the bleeding is stopped. Both are stitched. One is bandaged. Let's see how we're walking. Now look. Oh, shit. I walked right into the glass. Okay. For a split second, you saw I was walking faster. We'll fix them again. Hopefully I have enough to take care of it. All right. That was hilarious. That will definitely be an outtake. Okay. Yeah, I got to fix it now. I was going to say I should eat first. Do I have any food on me? Oh, what a rookie mistake. Walked right into the glass again. No great food. Could drink the whole bottle of bourbon, though. Yeah, we don't have time. The highest first aid makes the injury less when bandaged. Right. Admiral says put a bandage on one foot to show if the bandage gets dirty and maybe if it heals faster than unbandaged. Okay. Wound won't go away unless you take the stitch out. That's true. Mr. Simon's correct for that. I keep forgetting that. All right. In the past, I kept forgetting that. And I would just leave it bandaged, and then I would realize I would just leave it stitched. And then I realized, oh, I need to take it out. And then when you remove it, it's a scratch. So you still have to bandage it for a little while. But we'll go through that process. So let me fix the new injuries. Hey, we already leveled in first aid. We'll use tweezers again just because I screwed up the first time. Hey, look, the scratch is gone. Great. All right, I should have picked up the broken glass, but we'll do that after I get my shoes back on. Okay, stitched and stitched. And this one we'll put a disinfected a sterilized bandage on, just to test it out. We'll leave the left foot just stitched. But as I was saying, see how we can walk normally again? Pretty damn good. And we now have first aid level 1, thanks to reading the book and cutting our feet twice. So I'm going to put my shoes on before I walk over to the glass again. So the point being, I had socks too, didn't I? Guess not. Or I just forgot to take them off. Did I get holes in my socks because I forgot to take them off? I'm not wearing socks? Okay. That's gross. Where are these? Alright, so now we can't cut our feet again. But see, we're back to normal walking speed because we stitched up those deep wounds. They were terrible wounds. Now, if we just bandaged them, I should have demonstrated that first. But if you just bandage them, your walking will be slowed. Not as bad as it was with the original wounds, but definitely slower than we're walking right now. Yeah, Mr. Simon says, did a drunk move there? I most certainly did. Admiral says, you can put your shoes and socks on regardless of injury so you don't get hurt again. Regardless of injury. I'm not sure what you mean. Please elaborate. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pick up the glass, so I don't do that again. And now I got blood all over the neighbor's driveway. They're going to be so pissed. Alright. Got a shelf in here. Alright. Okay, see, we can even run almost normally. And all we did was stitch them up and bandage one of them. Moderate damage. Our health is down almost 50%. So let's go eat and get that back up. Because our hunger moodle is pink, we're hungry. So that health, it is not going to go up at all until we get our moodle green. Or at least get rid of it. But I think green, I know green will definitely increase it. Have that bowl of soup in here still. Just going to drink it cold. You don't have to have your shoes off to stitch and bandage. Oh, I see. I didn't think that's true. Admiral is absolutely correct. Put the bowls away. We have 6 bowls now, right on. And what do I have that I can just eat because I don't feel like cooking right now? Cereal. Perfect. Might as well use the milk. We'll take a bowl. It's kind of cooking, I guess, but... Did I ever find a spoon? I don't even know. It's alright, we'll just drink the bowl of cereal. Get this milk. Actually, I don't even think I need to take it out. Make bowl of cereal. We'll just eat cereal until our moodle's green. Need some zombie socks, says Admiral. What do we got here?
Bashful Apple subscribed to the channel.
Bashful Apple, thank you for the sub and welcome, welcome. Glad you found us. Mr. Shime, show how to fix a broken leg. We'll talk about broken legs. I don't think I'm going to do that though. Oh, and this moodle here, if you're unfamiliar with it, discomfort. Something doesn't feel right. It's just talking about your moderate damage here, the minor pain. It's just saying, hey, you need. It's basically saying, reminding you, even though our heart was going crazy, telling us we were injured. This is saying you need to take care of your health. So I would guess since it says discomfort, it's because we need to eat so we get our health up again. So let's eat some more cereal. Did I use all the milk? All right, we'll eat the whole box of cereal then. All right, stuffed. Now watch our health. I'll put the finger there so you can watch it. See, it just jumped up a little bit because our hunger moodle is green and it'll keep climbing until it gets to 100%. We're not going to watch it the whole way, but you can see that it's rising. Now what will happen is it'll keep rising, and if that moodle goes away, it'll stop again. So that's one reason to keep eating when you're injured. Quite a collection of cans going on. So as far as broken legs, yeah, that's another medical thing you don't see too often as far as like treatment. Do I have any? I probably don't have any branches. There might have been some out in the field. But we'll talk about that since we fixed our feet. Oh. And we're also only in minor pain now. We're no longer in agony since we got those stitched up. But to take the edge off, we can take some painkillers. So if you're about to go into combat and you have all these moodles, obviously we should sleep. I don't know why we're depressed right now. Probably the pain. We'll smoke a cigarette, get rid of the agitation. And then for the discomfort, it might help if we get rid of the pain. Let's see. We'll take the pain pills. Just like the beta blockers, right-click, take pills. And depending on the pain level, you might need to take more pills, but I think it'll get rid of minor pain. Let's see if it disappears. Admiral says broken leg is mostly you base in a high-rise building of 3 or more stories. True. Okay, so the minor pain went away. Still shows discomfort. I'm not 100% what caused the discomfort, Moodle. I thought it was if your health was low. But it's only down about, I don't know, 15-20% now, so that should go away soon. But let's go see if I can find some branches, and we'll talk about making a splint. Must be cloudy. It's kind of dark out. There's a couple branches. We'll just take one for now. Fine, I'll take 2. Oh, I can only hold one anyway. We need... I think I'll need regular rip sheets, so we'll rip this guy's clothes. Alright. And how many did that give me? 2. I forget what it is. Just 1 rip sheet, or how many do I need? So it requires okay, if you right click on the tree branch and you to make a splint, it gives you, or you highlight make a splint, it says use one of, so you can use dirty rags, ripped sheets, denim strips, or dirty denim strips. So basically ripped clothes, not including leather apparently. And then you have to use a tree branch, a plank, or a sturdy stick. So basically just something, one of those 3 items strapped to your leg or your arm. Can you take too many pain pills? I rarely use them. Not that I'm aware of. I've taken 3 or 4 times and I was fine. But as you know, you don't take it with alcohol, that'll kill you. But I don't think there's a limit on it. At least not in vanilla. I usually take it, see if the pain goes away. If it doesn't, after like 30 seconds, I'll take more. And then I stop when the pain goes away. You can in PZ, says Mr. Simon. So you don't overdose on the pain pills though, right? Unless you take alcohol. Okay, so we can make a splint. So if we right click on the tree branch, it's going to use one of the rip sheets. And now we have a splint. Looks like this. So that's a little bit overkill, but there's nothing wrong with having a splint in your first aid pack, because let's put it this way. If you break your leg and you don't have a splint handy, you get to hobble around collecting stuff you need to make a splint. So it's probably not a bad idea to have a splint in your first aid kit. Put it in the glove box though, so we don't need it right now. But basically what you do is if you broke a leg, you would look in here and it would show, I think it shows fracture, and it'll show you where on the body. You would right click and then you would, I think it just says apply splint or splint fracture, something like that. And then you'll see a nice little stick strapped to your leg or your arm or wherever, which should restore some mobility, but you're still going to limp a little bit. Use that regimen for exercising while in pain. I see. I don't want to talk about exercise. But yeah, you could use the pain pills to treat. I guess I could talk about exercise a little bit. Now I'm wondering if exercise aggravates wounds or not. I don't even know. But if you were going to exercise, I won't because I don't want to deal with the pain later, but you click on the exercise button here. You have options to do squats, push-ups, and each squats does, improves It says improves fitness when improved regularly. So kind of like running, I guess. Push-ups is for strength. Sit-ups is for fitness as well. Oh, I guess it increases general exercise fatigue. Okay. And then burpees improves strength and fitness. So burpees is ideal. And then the more you do this, change the time increments. The stronger your character will get, but it takes time and you have to do it regularly or it doesn't work. Mr. Symes says first aid skill really matters with splints. That's a good point. The higher your first aid skill, the better you'll be able to walk with a splint. Absolutely. Admiral says you might be able to die from untreated broken leg. My health was getting super low while I was sitting trying to figure out how to get a splint. Oh. So, one more reason to have a splint ready then, I guess, because it really sucks trying to find a tree branch or a plank or something and possibly having to find ripped sheets, especially if you got to the point where you're just carrying bandages with you. You're going to have to rip up your clothes or something, then find a tree branch or plank or a sturdy stick to make a splint. So having it ahead of time, at least the materials, possibly the splint crafted itself, can be huge if you break a leg. I've only broken a limb once in this game, and it took forever to heal, so I don't recommend it. So one more thing about exercise before I close this. Exercise, if you exercise, your character will feel soreness and experience pain 12 hours after you exercise. So if my character exercises right now, it's 2:10 in the afternoon. So 2:10 in the morning is when she would feel the pain. And what'll happen is you'll see pain over here like this. And if you look here, it'll show everything you worked, like whether it's legs or whatever. It'll show, I don't remember what it's called. Mr. Syme will know. It's like muscle soreness, or what is it called? Maybe exercise pain, but it'll show it here, so you'll know what the pain is coming from. And like he said, you can take pills to counteract that. Let's get some water. Am I out? I am out of water. Okay. There's some in here. The one we just disinfected our rags in. Gross. Pour into empty bottle. Guess we can go ahead and put that outside. I need to get a rain barrel made and plumb it to the sink. Mr. Syme says burpee is easiest. I agree with that. What about exercise cheese? No dark side tactics. No, we'll leave those out. You can cheese the pain by sleeping the exercise pain off. Really? How do you... No, we won't go into that. Exercise fatigue, I know it well. I bet you do. So will you show how to heal burns now? Oh, I forgot about that. I've only had burns a couple times as well. As far as I know, you just treat them like regular wounds, right? You just keep them disinfected and bandage them, or is there a trick to it? Because that's all I've ever done. Try to stay awake until nighttime. I don't usually manage the pain unless I have to fight. That way you're not wasting pain pills. It might affect depression, but I just don't want to waste the pain pills taking them constantly to control that moodle. And then you're out of pain pills when you have to fight. You have to clean wound as well? Really? Oh, I did not know that. That's advanced first aid. What can I clean them with? Maybe I have enough water on me. So I must be looking at the water I have in my inventory, my fresh water in the bottles. But let's say you had a limited number of bandages or a limited number of ripped sheets, and you're bleeding through them, and you made them all dirty. you can right click on it, and as long as you have a water source, whether it's a bottle or whatever, you can clean the rag. So we'll just do one. Well, let's look at this. Remember, do I have rip sheets? So a dirty rag is just a rip sheet that has blood on it. So right now we have one rip sheet. If we right click dirty rags and we do clean one rag, now we have two rip sheets. So basically we wash that. Now we can use it again. If you took it a step further, you could sterilize these rip sheets with, we could do it with bourbon. Let's do that real quick. So if we right click on rip sheets and disinfect rag, it doesn't say bourbon because it's the only option. It's just going to default to that, but you could do all two. And now those rip sheets will turn into sterilized rags. And now we have 13 of those. So, like I said, if you have limited rip sheets or limited bandages, you can wash them and use them again. And you can't do that with adhesive bandages. Keep that in mind. Mr. Simon says the extra traits mod has burn ward patient and broken leg, good for training first aid. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of cool first aid mods. I haven't dealt with many of them, but that sounds like a good one. All right, so the right foot did bleed through, even though it's. Did I have a scratch on there? Now I'm curious. I don't want to bleed on the floor. Let's go out here. I thought I stitched it, so why is it bleeding through? It must have been seeping a little bit. We'll do sterilized bandage again. Alright, so I guess we'll see. The only thing I don't like is in order to see like the stitched one, you won't know, it doesn't tell you when it becomes a scratch, and the only way to find out is to pull out the stitches. So basically, if I pulled out these stitches right now, because not much time has passed, it's still going to be a deep wound. So I don't know how long it takes. I'll usually check after a day or two, maybe 2 or 3 days, and by then it should be a scratch. So you take the stitches out, it'll show scratch, and then you just right click and bandage it again until the scratch heals, and it should heal pretty fast. Admiral says bandage stitches is how you passively gain XP. Because you have to keep applying it when it gets dirty, you mean? So we have dirty rags, dirty bandage. Again, we can wash it, but we don't need to because we have enough. But you get the idea there. So I sterilized 2 rip sheets and I used an entire bottle of bourbon, really. That sucks. I did not know that. Unless that bottle wasn't full. We need to get a trash can too. I'm a little over an hour in. It's not quite late enough to sleep. Got to get our hunger moodle green again so that we can heal up faster. Still not at 100% because my moodle's not green. I got to take care of the water situation though. Hot water is the most cost effective. Oh, that makes sense. Hot water to boil to sterilize the rags and bandages? Absolutely. Admiral says you get XP when you replace dirty bandage and the stitch wounds will never heal if you don't take out the stitches. Right. Cool. All right. I don't know. I don't have any water to cook with. Guess we'll make some kind of salad. I was going to go check the crops, but they're not even going to be growing yet. Didn't I just bring back a bunch of food? Maybe I didn't unload it yet. Here we go. We'll just eat another box of cereal because I'm lazy. Where does that put us at? full to bursting. And our health should be going up again. There it goes. So, yeah, you just have to keep eating and keep it green. I guess I'll just carry around this other box of cereal so I have it. So that's really the basics of first aid. Oh, see, this one's infected. So interesting part with a stitched injury with no bandage on it. It will show you if it's infected. So in this case, we can right-click and disinfect with alcohol wipes. Because we're basically just applying it to the stitches, and there it goes. It disappears. It's not infected anymore. So you just have to keep checking it. Because that infection would have slowed down the healing of the deep wound to a scratch. So gotta keep checking it, even if it's not a dirty bandage situation. And since we're only at 1:20, I guess I'll work on solving the water problem. Because we actually did that in Rosewood anyway, so I don't need an entire new episode on plumbing. We'll just get it done. What's that carpentry at? Carpentry's at 6. Maybe we can steal one from somewhere. I guess I could build one too. We need level 7 for the big barrel. We'll build a small one, I guess. See how many garbage bags I have. If any. I think I collected them earlier. There's one garbage bag. Admiral says when you have a broken leg, you can level up nimble because you move faster in combat stance than normal walk with a broken leg. I don't know if I ever noticed that either. That's cool. Where would I put garbage bags? That's not the garage. Come on, I know I've been collecting garbage bags. Where did I put them? I right-click on the planks that I see here, and there's also an option to make a splint. I guess we'll talk about this real quick then. So if we right-click a plank, we'll say a single plank, you can make a splint with it, with a rip sheet and a plank. However, if we right-click on a plank and we choose Make Sturdy Stick and make one plank will give you you need a saw to do this. We'll give you 8 sturdy sticks. And it can be used for other things, but the way to look at that is you can use an entire plank, or you can cut a plank into 8 pieces and just use 1/8 of it to make a splint. Because if we right click here, you have the option to make a splint too. So something to keep in mind. Faster. Okay, garbage bags. Not here either. The heck? I know I collected some. I didn't go anywhere in this. Maybe I collected them all when I was in Rosewood and left them behind. I'm gonna have to get garbage bags. I think there's some in the park. We need 3 more. We're just, alright, I'll sleep first. In case we have to fight. Any more matches? Hey, Whalegrin, welcome to the stream, bringing the smiles. Well, probably gonna wake up like 2 in the morning, but that's okay. So that's pretty much the basics of first aid, y'all, unless you have some questions. Hopefully that'll help you. Now you can treat injuries like a pro, or at least like a school nurse. Yeah, let's go get some garbage bags. Well, I should have grabbed matches. Oh well. Some of this stuff away. See, we're not even in pain anymore. We will be when we take the sutures out, but right now we're okay. So we have sterilized bandages. I'll put the alcohol. Oh, we'll see them. That's fine. I don't think I took these garbage bags yet, so go ahead and take care of this guy real quick. Excuse me, sir. How dare you? Oh, I thought there was 2 trash cans out here. Alright, we'll take this one. We'll need 2 more. We'll take the scrap electronics for our generator. I don't think there are any trash cans in the houses. We have to go all the way over there. Dumpsters will probably be the fastest. Let's get the Corvette. The other park has trash can? What other park? It's been a while since I lived in Riverside. So this park? Oh, this one here, right? Is a big one, huh? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we'll walk over. Such a shame seeing a burned out house. See, we wouldn't be able to fight this effectively if we didn't take care of our wounds properly. Yeah, this is the park. I actually built a base in here once. It was kind of good. There's more than I thought. Okay. What's the axe looking like? Yeah, we need to clean up the neighborhood anyway. Beta blocker time. Step right up. Yeah, we're fighting at almost 100% now, so first aid ain't no joke. Try to keep them in line here. Yeah, I thought I heard another one. Whiffed that one. We'll check some of these corpses, but not the ones that got mixed in with the other ones. I'm not searching them all again. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? Alright. And always check these blue mailboxes for books and mags, of course. Garbage can there. I'll fight him if I have to, but I might just run past him. Oh, they saw me. Garbage bag. Eat an entire box of cereal. Alright, we got 4. That's enough to make 1 barrel, so we will do that. On your left, or on your right. Ooh. Hello, Jeep. Yeah, let's take care of this guy. I like the Jeep. Are they all coming? Yeah. Alright, see if we can grab it real quick. Probably locked. Oh, it's not locked. Nice. It has a key. Hell yeah. No gas. Um. Have to find another car or go get some gas, one or the other. Let's clean these guys out. The only good zombie is a dead zombie. Unless they help you fight bandits. Are there any other cars down here? Just more zombies. I guess I can come back and get the Jeep later. I'll do that. You can use your south gate? Oh, yeah. I don't want to lead them into the houses. I'll just have to clear them later. Ash. Well, now I'm just annoyed. Let's kill these guys. Beta blockers. Come on now. Wow. There's just an acre of you fellas. Alright, I think we're clear. Let's take care of these guys. Sorry, I keep zooming in and out. Just trying to make it so you can see it better. Getting exerted now. Must switch to knife. I just washed my knife. Come on. Damn it, stop whipping. Alright, where's my extra water at? Carrying too much stuff. Anybody have any matches? Anyone? No. I was like, why did I leave the house again? It was for garbage bags. Is that a checkered top or is the texture not loading? Oh, it's those red spotted bra. Okay. It looked checkered. I was like, that's weird. But it makes sense now. I should have grabbed the planks up the street. Let's go do that. How many do I need for a barrel again? 4. I saw some planks by the gate, so we'll grab those. Probably gonna be in the backyard anyway, so we'll go back here. Can't see. There we go. That works. Okay, so I want the kitchen sink, so it's going to be, we use the walk to count. 1, 2, 3. It's the third tile. So we go upstairs. Let's figure out where the window is. Don't think this one had it. No. So again, we can only build floorboards outside of north and west facing walls. So this is going to be 1, 2. Actually, we'll just count from here. Oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 2 more. 1, 2. So 8. So technically, we're going to build it on the third one. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to need a tile here on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 6 planks to get to the window, and then 4 to build the water barrel. So we need 10 planks and 6 nails for the floor, and we'll just grab a handful of nails. If I can remember where I put them. Are they in my bag? No. Garage, maybe. We have plenty of food. That's the good news. Just need to put it all in the kitchen. As a little side note, first aid, it just occurred to me. Since we got ourselves all stitched up and I injured my feet twice, we pretty much burned through our needles and stuff. So, although I didn't do it, try to remember to replenish your first aid kit supply on your person, just in case you get injured again. Because it's easy to forget. You're happy that you healed yourself, and then you forget, and then you get injured again, and then you're not prepared to deal with the new wounds. Oh, we do have the farming magazine. I could use that for the farming tutorial or whatever episode. But if you hover over it, it says teaches recipe, make mildew cure and flies cure. So if we had read that, we could have made it. So we'll read that now. Lighter there? Oh, thank you. I'll take the matches though, but thank you for reminding me. Did it automatically put it back? No. We're going to need one more plank because we have 9 in the van. I am so good at losing stuff. Oh, I have boxes of nails on me. I guess I can open another one. That's fine. Do I have another bag I can use to loot? Let me put this stuff away. Yeah. It is this one, right? Yeah. Slater Days Gaming. Time for bed for you. Welcome, welcome. Well, thank you for stopping in before bed. Did I miss you come in earlier? Thank you for saying hello. Get some sleep, my friend. We'll use this to carry planks in. Probably won't hold them all, but it'll make them a little bit lighter. Probably only put 6 in there, but we'll take the other 3. Oh yeah, I can fast forward. Still got 2. Well, we're just going to have to be careful. We're going to be over encumbered a bit. Okay. Let's get this built. Here. All right, so we'll build the first. We'll right-click and do carpentry, wooden floor, and we can build it right outside this window because it faces west. Now this is the part where I know Mr. Syme has his fingers crossed that I'm going to fall and break a leg, so we can practice that for first aid. But again, I'm going to be careful. Right click on the window. Because I built the floor just on the other side, we can climb through here safely. But we don't want to be walking around. Let's just go ahead and build another wooden floor right here. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. And this will be 6. And then if we went 7, 8, that'll be the edge of the building. So 6 is where we want it because it's 3 tiles in. In other words, 1, 2, 3. Now we can build a crate. Not a crate. Under furniture, it's rain collector barrel. We're building the smaller one that I think it only holds 150. But it's fine. When we get to carpentry 7, we can build the bigger ones that hold 400. But this way, if it starts raining, we'll at least be able to have a plumbed sink. So that one's done. I must have had other nails on me because I didn't open another box. Or did it automatically do it? Whatever. And I think I put I remember seeing it. Did I put the wrench in the kitchen? No. I think I can use a regular wrench though, which I have on me. I don't have on me. Okay. Put this bag away. Gotta get organized. I should do that. I'm almost out of time. Maybe I'll do that next time. Where the hell did I put the pipe wrench at? Oh, I'm like, where the hell is the van? It's out back. That's be pipe wrench for plumbing. It does? I thought I got both to work the other day. Maybe that was a mod. Hey, more candy canes. Makes me think of Christmas from last night's episode. Let's have a bag of chips while we're here. Yep. Next stream, I'm definitely going to have to organize because I can't find anything. I know I have a wrench somewhere. I thought it was pipe wrench before too, but I thought I did it the other day and I was surprised that it allowed me to do it with a regular wrench. We'll try it. Unless I have a pipe wrench on me. No. Yeah, I'll try wrenches for fun. If that's the case, I need to find out what mod that was because I thought it was cool you could use a regular wrench. Plum chrome sink. You do need a pipe wrench. Admiral is correct. I thought I put it like on the table here somewhere. Here? We could plumb this one too if I build another rain barrel. It's not in there. God, I know I had one. I don't think I would have put tools in here. That sink needs a window. It doesn't have a window? Well, that's a ripoff. I could risk moving it over here. How much skill do I need to pick it up? Chance to break 25. Well, then I'd have to build more floors. Yeah, you're right. It needs a window. This is ridiculous. I know I had one. This is alphabetical, right? All right. Wasn't there a closet here somewhere? Can't believe I'm gonna have to hunt for a damn pipe wrench now. See if there's any rain coming. Oh, battery's dead. I'm like, what is happening? Must have left it on. I checked the sheds. I don't think I cleared them out. I went inside, but maybe there's a pipe wrench in one of the sheds. Well, this is annoying. Really? Only because I know I cleared it already. Eventually I'll loot all these houses, but not today. Cool box, but has a saw and a flashlight, or sorry, hand torch in it. Double barrel shotgun. Oh. I'll just carry this outside and set it on the sidewalk, so I'll have it. Shotgun too. Something I wanted to check. I think a little girl mentioned it the other day. We're going to make this double barrel shotgun into a sawed off. I want to see if it restores the health on it. It's only down a little bit, but I'm curious. That's a double barrel also. So, the double barrel shotgun in the case is at 100%, but the one we picked up, I guess it's only down a little bit. And the little girl said it would take any condition and turn it into 80%. So actually we'd be ruining the gun if we did it. So we'll save it for another time. I'll test that idea another time. Not that I have doubts, but I just want to see what it looks like. It wouldn't fit in the case. I'm just going to put it there. I just need a pipe wrench. Guess we'll go check out the one over here. We killed most of the zombies anyway. Since I don't think I've done this yet, and I'm running past one, if you need propane for propane torches, if you find one of these propane barbecue grills, you can see the tank right there underneath it. You can right click on the barbecue, and there's an option to remove propane tank. You should drop it on the ground, and then you could right click on it and carry it away. They're not super light. They weigh 10, but I don't want to grab it right now because it's heavy, but that's how you can get propane for your propane torches. I haven't cleared this house yet. Might as well, though. I hear one. Oh, it's upstairs? Oh, there's one there. Oh, I saw one in the upstairs window. Yeah, there it is. Alright, well, I don't want to clear that house right now. We're going to go to that shed across the street. Oh, I forgot to bring gas. I got to take in the Jeep back. This is usually locked. Better check the perimeter real quick before I go in there. He didn't see us, did he? No. Where's my flashlight at? Alright, some of them saw me. I'm a little bit tired, so it's showing. Thought I put a battery in it, did I not? Well, that's just annoying. How much ammo do I have on me? Alright. Make sure it's not jammed or something. Alright, we're good. Oh, come on. Pipe wrenches are sometimes in bathrooms. Okay. what's left of the birthday party, I guess. I was trying to do jaw stab, but we just made a mess instead. Is that a cupcake on the ground? Oh, it's rotten. That is so sad. It must be left over from the birthday party. That's cool. I've never seen that. Alright, back on target. Bathroom? No cabinet. It's a laundry room, right? Oh, there's the closet I was looking for. Damn it. Hmm. I am over 2 hours. I kind of want to get this done. I mean, we don't really need it, but it just occurred to me. I haven't demonstrated rugs before. So these area rugs are kind of cool. They come in a few different colors and designs. But when you go to pick them up, make sure you take into consideration which way they face, or I should say, which direction they are lengthwise, because you can only replace them like this. For example, you can't take this. Right now, this one runs east-west. You can't turn it to run north-south. It has to be in this orientation. Now, you can find other rugs of the same type that do go north-south, but basically the way you find it is the only way you can place it. And you pick it up just like furniture, but you pick it up one piece at a time and it breaks into 6 pieces. It's not, they weigh 1 each, so they're not super heavy, but they're not light either. I don't know if they'll fit in my pack. No, we're just gonna have to carry them back. Sounds like there's at least 2 in there. Eh. Another rug, same orientation. Well, I think I'm going to plumb a sink next time, because I should really log out. Can I jump over? Didn't know if I was too heavy or not. But that's okay. We got the barrel set up. Now we just need to find a pipe wrench, then we can hook it up. Not raining, so no hurry. That's very true. Okay, so for example, we do have this type of rug. So it's a different design. This one's actually prettier. But to place it, as long as it's in your main inventory, it's just like regular furniture. This one's considered dark purple, even though it looks blue to me. But you can place it using the furniture placing tool. And you can kind of see which corner it is. It kind of shows you in the little image and is also on the floor. But you can see that's the top, I guess you'd say the top left corner. So if we placed it, let's put it here on the inside. This is three wide, so we can't center it because it's only 2 wide. I guess we'll put it like here. So that's the top left. Click and it'll place. This is the top right. You just pay attention to the orientation because you can mix them up and then it won't look right. So you kind of watch where the lines are and place it where it's supposed to go. There as well. And that one. I also like using these if I have like a big garage. It kind of designates the parking space, like to bring cars in. To like if you're going to set up a garage to work in, as far as mechanics, they're kind of like oil mats, I guess, even though they're supposed to be fancy carpets or whatever. But they look like parking spaces and like a pan you would see in a garage a little bit to me. But that's just me trying to get immersion there. But yeah, we'll wrap this up. I checked the generator today. It's a little low, but we're good because it will stop when I quit playing anyway. Well, thank you everyone for coming out to check out the stream. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to stop by and hang out with us in the chat. And thank you for all the likes and the laughs. 14 likes today. Very well. Apologies to Jacksepticeye. We ran out of time today. Be sure to get him on the stream soon. Admiral says, very fun day. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully this will help with everyone's first aid knowledge. So until next time, everyone, safe journey. Keep on keeping on. Keep on surviving. I will see you tomorrow back on Sneaky Pete's server. So until then, enjoy the rest of whatever you have left day or night, and I will see you soon. Thank you, Ishwan. Thank you for being here. You have a good one as well. Take care, everyone. Bye.